Breaking news has sent shockwaves rippling across the wrestling world as Roman Reigns just dropped an earth-shattering warning about CM Punk that could completely change the course of Clash in Paris. In a scene captured by backstage cameras on Raw, the tribal chief pulled Jey Uso aside in a private and tense conversation that felt less like family bonding and more like a chilling intervention. Roman leaned in close and delivered a message that froze fans to their core. Punk is not who you think he is, and if you trust him, you'll be stabbed in the back when it matters most. The footage showed Reigns speaking with the authority of a king guarding his empire, telling his cousin in no uncertain terms that CM Punk has no allies, only pawns, and that Jey was walking blindly into a trap that would blow up in Paris when the World Heavyweight Championship is on the line. He reminded Jey of Punk's well-documented history of betrayal, citing the way Punk manipulated the new Nexus before discarding them, the collapse of his partnership with Paul Heyman that ended in pure venom, and his dismissive comments about the Shield, calling them Triple H's corporate toys instead of legitimate stars. Reigns warned that Punk thrives in chaos, that he uses his smile and words as weapons, and that he's been unusually friendly with Jey precisely because Jey is the wild card in the match, the one man Punk can trick into helping him eliminate Seth Rollins and LA Knight before turning on him without mercy. Roman ended the conversation with an unshakable reminder of family, placing his hand on Jey's shoulder and telling him that outsiders come and go, but blood is forever, and that he should never forget who truly has his back when the lights go out in Paris. This wasn't paranoia, this was psychological warfare being waged before the battle even begins, and the brilliance of Roman's warning is that it serves multiple purposes at once. On the surface, it looks like an elder cousin protecting his blood from a snake in the grass, but beneath that, it is Roman reasserting his dominance as the bloodline's strategist, quietly undermining Punk while planting seeds of doubt in Jey's mind, and positioning himself as the only man whose wisdom should be trusted when chaos inevitably breaks loose. The structure of the fatal four-way match makes it the perfect breeding ground for betrayal, with temporary alliances forming and crumbling in the blink of an eye. And Punk's entire career suggests that he will wait for the perfect moment to strike, likely after convincing Jey to join forces against Rollins and Knight. Roman spelled it out. Punk might even promise Jey respect, maybe even hint that he'll let him take the victory, but the reality is that the betrayal will come the second Jey lowers his guard. Add in the Paris crowd, famously unpredictable and volatile, and Punk's veteran mind games could spiral out of control in an instant, leaving Jey broken while Punk seizes glory. Beyond just the match, Roman's warning echoes with massive implications for the bloodline's future. It proves that even without a championship around his waist, Reigns remains the head of the table, pulling strings and protecting the family name while Solo Sikoa holds temporary leadership. If Jey listens to Roman and triumphs, it validates Roman's foresight. If he ignores it and gets betrayed, it still validates Roman's wisdom and strengthens his aura as the unshakable mastermind. Either way, Reigns walks out looking like the man who saw the storm coming when no one else did. The brutal truths are laid bare. CM Punk never forgives and never forgets. The fatal four-way is already being manipulated, and the future of the bloodline itself hangs in the balance. The question now is whether Jey Uso will heed the words of his tribal chief or gamble his destiny on trusting a man like CM Punk, a man whose career is defined by betrayal, manipulation, and destruction. One thing is certain, when Clash in Paris arrives, history will be written in blood and betrayal, and this warning may be the only thing standing between Jey and devastation. What do you think? Will Punk actually stab Jey in the back? Is Roman protecting family or manipulating the board for his own empire? Could this spark a shocking bloodline reunion when the dust settles? Drop your predictions below, smash that like button, and subscribe because this is only the beginning. And when Paris explodes, we'll have every update you won't want to miss.